Hello again, everybody. Andy Kendeigh along with Sean Callahan. It is Friday forecast time. Sean, we're talking Fordham Rams, but first, before we talk about the Rams, let's talk about the Illini. What did you learn Saturday about Nebraska?
A lot more questions, Andy, than answers. You know, one little wrinkle that Illinois threw out, changing their defensive front. I mean, you got the sense that threw off everything Nebraska wanted to do, and you don't want to make any excuses, but the field position, just everything about the offense that we wanted to see, we really didn't get a feel for them. I thought defensively they showed some promise, some physicality, but it was just one of those games. Nebraska should have probably won. A couple things swung that game, and just like what we've seen in the past, they weren't able to get out of those holes.
I want to talk about the defense because especially that first quarter, they put some pressure on the quarterback, even knocked Brandon Peters out of the game. And when they brought in the backup, Art Sikowski, I thought he did a nice job in changing the game plan in terms of Brett Bielema because they went away from the deep drops to getting the ball out as quickly as possible because Nebraska brought so much pressure.
Yeah, give Brett Bielema a lot of credit. Mm-hmm. He saw that his offensive line was going to have a hard time on those five-step drops that you saw earlier. They were getting them almost every time. And everything from that point on with Art Sikowski was quick game. And they couldn't afford to have Sikowski get hurt too. I mean, right. And he almost did. I mean, that Caleb Tanner hit could have knocked him out. And he was able to get up from that play and finish out. But they made it where Nebraska's front really couldn't be a factor. And then they went after the weak side of the defense, the boundary side. So you saw the Garrett Nelson, Quentin Newsome side of the field, guys like that. The runs just kept going there. They stayed away from the Doman side, the Taylor Britt side, and just chunked away. And Nebraska has to make those tackles. And that 8-minute drive, I thought, was a big part of the game. A lot of it had to do with just not being able to make effective tackles.
Yeah, they couldn't get off the field, and that was really the difference, making a one-score game at halftime, a two-score game with the Illini in front, and they never looked back. All right, let's talk about this game coming up. Fordham, the Rams. Okay, I can tell you this. Vince Lombardi, one of the more famous alums of the Fordham Rams, he was one of the 7 blocks of Granix, but he's not going to walk through the tunnel on Saturday. What in the world do we have to look forward to?
Yeah, they are New York City's football team.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Rutgers, you're in New Jersey. This is New York's football, but they normally play in front of about 8,000. That's
not even. I looked at their home.
That's a good.
I was going to say, hold on. I looked at their schedule 2 years ago, and in 2019, their homecoming crowd was 3,700.
37. So
okay.
I got a little stand. I was told 8,000 is a good crowd for them. So 3,700 must be a realistic crowd. But they played a spring season about 3 games. It was 3 games, a 4-game schedule. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw the ball, but this is their first game, and obviously it's a game where Nebraska could probably do whatever they want. But the bottom line is Nebraska needs quality repetition, quality reps in this game. This is why you're playing it. You want repetition, you want work, and they've got to come out of this game with a bolt of confidence one way or the other.
Yeah, we're not making fun of Fordham.
No.
They're a decent team in their division, but this is a little bit of apples and oranges in terms of what we're expecting to see in a non-conference. I mean, they play in the Patriot League. Their away games, other than Nebraska, Stony Brook, at Lafayette, at Georgetown, at Colgate. So the level of competition, Nebraska should come in here and take care of business. And no knock on Fordham.
Put it this way, Southeast Louisiana was getting 600,000. Fordham came in on a moment's notice for 500,000. Mm-hmm. So, and 500,000 in today's buy a game market, that's about as low as you're going to see, unless it's like an in-state type Northern Iowa or someone that could bus here. Somebody that could, make it without in the fly. So yeah, this is a game to have a game in Lincoln on Labor Day weekend, and I like the fact they're playing. I can't imagine, Andy, if Nebraska wasn't playing this weekend. It would just really have a dark cloud over things.
Especially after Saturday.
They need to get out here. It's going to be kind of a so-so atmosphere, 11 a.m. game as we know, and they just need to play a game.
Yeah, you heard of the store Five Below. How about 500,000 and below? That's where the Huskers went shopping for this game. Let's talk about what you expect to see Saturday at Memorial Stadium. It should be, a nice afternoon. Obviously, the Labor Day weekend. It's going to be an interesting dynamic here with the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's an early kick. Traditionally, Labor Day weekend, on a game like this, they would put it at night because of the heat and because of just for the fans. Well, sure. This one, it's at 11 a.m. and it's going to be warmer. But yeah, it's not an ideal kick. just the feel of the crowd. You're right, Andy. You're going to really get a good sense of where this season's going to go in this stadium because we haven't seen fans in here since 2019.
And you want to see improvement. I mean, it doesn't matter where incremental growth. Trevor Albert's talk about. Well, here's a chance to really make some steps Saturday.
Yeah, just build some habits and build some repetition, and
have some success,
have some fun.
Yeah,
because watching that game Saturday, you didn't get the sense of any people were having fun. I mean, it just felt pressure. It felt stressed. They need to get just some confidence going and repetition going, and they've got 2 weeks in a row to do it before they go to Oklahoma.
Well, the Huskers 12-0 all-time against FCS opponents. It's the first time since 2018 one of those teams come to town, but that's the Fordham Rams this Saturday, 11 a.m. It's on the Big Ten Network.